Make it stop! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What Sold on eBay last week. Today, pretty proud of the sales for the week. As I had explained, I've been hadn't been putting much time into eBay the last couple weeks, and this week I decided to really focus. And my girlfriend just started her new job, and she also works from home, but she's got like set hours now, and so I set my hours to match her hours. Basically what I'm doing is like Mondays I do eBay, Tuesday I do, let's play content / streaming / editing, Wednesday I do eBay again, Thursday I do, video games again, and then Friday I just kind of get done whatever still needs to be done for the week. So I've been focusing much more on, I used to try to do like half the day eBay and then half the day games, and it was just really not enough time to really delegate to each one. So anyways, this week, I've been really hunkering down, and I finally I had a whole pile of vintage sweatshirts and coats and jackets and stuff like that I've been accumulating. Clothing mostly, but like wintertime clothing. And I just been kind of like piling it up in different areas in the garage, and I finally got to listing that stuff. And we've gotten some pretty good sales because of it. So anyways, as you can see, for the last 7 days, we were at $1,255.42. Not a bad day, or not a bad week's paycheck by any means. So let's get right into it. First off here, we have nothing too exciting, a Taz mug. Anytime I see, things that are on mugs that can be collectible, usually they're a quarter. So I just pick them up and list them, and they usually sit for a long time and eventually sell. But I get a little bit out of them. It's just one of those things that adds up at the end of the week. So $4.99 plus ship on that. This was a calculator I got in. I sold the other calculator last week. I think I got a whole pile full of stuff for very little money, and this was one of the calculators in there. It had kind of it's not a dead pixel, but I don't know. It just didn't seem like it might have been 100% right, so I just severely underpriced it. I think I could have got like 25 if it was working 100%, but I just didn't want to mess with it. I just, $12.99 and disclosed what was wrong with it, and it sold. And then we have Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, which I didn't even know was a thing. I picked up a couple PSP games for a little bit of nothing just a couple weekends ago. The other game was worth more than this one. I can't remember if it sold yet or not. But anyways, I got $11.89 free ship for that one. Then we got another Ray Stantz Ghostbusters action figure here. These are modern action figures, obviously. I picked up a bunch of these for $5 a piece, I believe, at Walmart on their clearance. And I had 2 of these, and now they are gone for $22.99 a piece. But shipping on these is fairly steep. I think it was like $9 to ship them. So next here we have, this is one of the things that I got. If you guys remember, I bought, my girlfriend's parents had a whole box full of, what was it? A PS2, a Wii, and a bunch of Wii games and accessories and stuff like that. And this was part of that. So I bundled the rifle with Dangerous Hunts 11, and she sold for $39.99 free ship. Got some country music here, country music CDs. Got Hank Williams Jr., Trace Adkins, Tim McGraw, a bunch of stuff like that. Brooks and Dunn, $8.99. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. What was that? You don't like that Daddy put a wall up down there, huh? Go lay down. Be good. Go lay down. Go lay down. Sorry about that. Anyways, $8.99 plus shipping on that. We got a Scooby mug here. Again, if I see anything that I think might be interesting to a collector, I go ahead and pick it up for, a quarter and list it, and it sits forever, but eventually it turns into a $8 bill, and those sales certainly do add up, whenever you get one, or, anywhere from, you get 2 or 3 of those a day, every day of the week, $5, $6, $7, $8, it does add up. So sold the very last of the fractured but whole South Park pillow. And this is a plush pillow. Whenever you squeeze it, he farts and says lines from the movie and stuff like that. So what are you chewing on? Come here. I'm gonna beat you. What do you have? Is that your bone? Okay, it's your bone. Good girl. um, so yeah, I picked these up for a couple dollars a piece at a yard sale, and I sold them for $18 a piece, and sold all three of them now. So that's cool to see that they're gone. I like when things get gone. You know, we're coming into the winter months here, so I was just buying to have listings to do during the winter. But I'm also possibly moving here soon, so that means all my inventory, all 700 listings, you know, are going to have to be physically moved to a new location. So I think I'm going to run a lot of sales and stuff this winter. The less stuff that I have to move to a new location, the better. And I'm just going to end up buying more stuff next summer. So, anyways, we got Pixel Pals here. We got Red Link Zelda, sold for $18.99. I actually have another one of these I need to list, a Street Fighter one. So, I got these from the lady that is the GameStop manager, and she has yard sales every once in a while, and she doesn't want like any money for her stuff. Basically, I think I got this for like $1 or $2. So $18.99 on that. I picked up a bunch of vintage. Hold on, I'm gonna let my dog out. She's being stupid. All right, the crazy dog has been let out to go to the bathroom. So recently, this was just a couple weekends. I feel like I say that all the time. A couple of weekends ago. This was 2 or 3 weekends ago, probably. Pulled up to a guy's yard sale, and he had a whole bunch of t-shirts, and I started going through them, and I found an AC/DC Hell's Bells from the 80s t-shirt, concert shirt. And so I got to digging more, and I found the Black Crowes, Molly Hatchet, Judas Priest, Deep Purple, a whole bunch of stuff, and he was wanting like $10 a piece. The problem is that the dude was a legit fan. You could tell he wore these shirts. He was, you know, loud and proud of these shirts, and most of them had bleach stains on them and holes, and you know, they just were pretty beat up. But they were still in decent enough condition that I was interested. And I know from the last time I picked up a bunch of vintage band tour shirts when I was price researching them, most people's listings were pretty beat up, but people were still buying them. You know, just affected the price a little bit. So I knew that they probably still had some value, and I ended up getting them around $5 or $6 a piece. I think like that. You know, I lotted like 7 of them together, bought a bunch of other stuff from the guy, and yeah. So then I was like, well, you know, we'll see. So I got all those listed along with all my coats and sweatshirts and stuff that I've been listing, and this one sold, the Black Crowes. As you can see, it's actually vintage 1990s. And I did the listings a little bit different. I just hung them up in front of this door, and you know, a lot of people will tell you like, you know, only take high quality photos in front of all white backgrounds and blah 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 blah, or it'll never sell. That's not the case. Like, as long as you know what you're doing on eBay, as you can see, these photos look pretty amateur, and they sold just fine. So anyways, $20 free ship. So nothing too exciting on that one. But we've got some more that we're going to get into here in a second. The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, medium. This is a t-shirt inside of a giant Nintendo cartridge packaging. These things are super cool. I got these on a clearance event at GameStop for $5. So $14.99 plus shipping on top. Not too bad. Mario Kart 7. This was a part of a big Nintendo DS bundle that I purchased just a weekend or two ago. And Mario Kart 7 sold for $11.99 free ship. We got some Zeppelin CDs. I think these actually went out to a viewer. I can't remember who. They didn't leave a buyer's note or anything, but I recognized the name. So if this was a viewer, thank you so much for picking those up. But we got 5 Led Zeppelin CDs, $24.99 plus shipping. Then we have some camera accessories. It's like a flash and a bunch of different color lenses. I don't know anything about most of this stuff, and every time I sell some camera gear, I kind of get nervous because I just don't know much about it, so I don't really ever, you know, I test what I can, but if I don't know anything about it, you know, it's kind of hard to test. So anyways, $20 free ship. This paintball gun, it's actually kind of funny. What are you doing, baby girl? Go lay down. Go lay down. She's done with her bones, so now she's restless. I had a yard sale 3 or 4 weekends ago, and I had this out at the yard sale, and I had lots of people pick it up and ask me questions about it and how much I wanted for it and everything, and I would explain to them, you know, well, you know, the gun itself is nothing too crazy. It's a Tippmann Griffin, I think brand new. They're like $100. You know, I said, but the barrel is an aftermarket barrel. It's a .683 14-inch barrel. 693, excuse me. And you know, the barrel itself was nothing too crazy again, but about a $40 barrel upgrade on it, and it came with the original barrel and that barrel. So I was asking, I think 40 or 45 at the yard sale. Nothing too crazy. I was just, you know, willing to get rid of it for a good price, and multiple people picked it up, asked about it, and when I told them the price, they laid it right back down. And I was like, you know, all right. And sure enough, yard sale ended. I listed it on eBay, and she sold for $100 plus shipping. So I really expected to see this one sit until next spring / summer. You know, like the fact that it's October and someone is still interested in purchasing a paintball gun. I was surprised with this sale, but I am happy that you know, I got what I wanted out of it. I got $100 for it, so that's cool. So here we go. This is the Judas Priest shirt that I picked up, and as you can see, there's like, I don't know if it's bleaching or exactly what it is, but you can see there's just like sunspots on it almost all over. But the graphic itself is in like perfect condition. You know, it's not wrinkled or faded or cracked. A lot of times, you know, on the printed image on the front, it'll have a bunch of cracking in it and stuff. If people washed it in like too hot of a heat or something, I don't know exactly what causes it, but the like speckledness around it was kind of disappointing to see. But I listed it for $100 and got what I wanted out of it. So this shirt is just super cool. On the back, you see the Painkiller Tour 1990. I love buying this stuff, and I love selling it. It's so much fun. So this and the next sale, the Molly Hatchet, this actually went out to the same guy. So the Molly Hatchet shirt, now this definitely looks like bleach. This is what I was talking about. But people still like this stuff because it looks vintage. It looks like, you know, you can tell that this isn't a reprint that somebody picked up from Spencer's or whatever. You know, this is a legit, you know, 1987 Molly Hatchet Tour t-shirt, and it's still wearable, as rough as it is. You know, it kind of shows the legitimacy of it in the fact that it's dirtied up and everything. So, but anyway, so I got a message on the Judas Priest shirt, and he was like, hey man, would you take, he offered like 75 or something, and I literally had listed it that day. And I was like, I don't know, man. I already, you know, I just listed. I already have like 3 people that are watching the listing, and you're messaging me about it already. I said, so I think I'm gonna, you know, hold on my price for now, because it doesn't seem like I'm gonna have a problem selling it. And he was like, all right, I completely understand. He's like, well, how about this? He's like, I'll buy the Judas Priest shirt at full price. He's like, but I want that Molly Hatchet shirt too. He's like, would you do 40 on it? So 140 for both. And, you know, I got to thinking about it, and it's like, man, you know, that's a decent amount below my asking price. But then I remembered, I was like, okay, the Molly Hatchet shirt was like the most battle scarred out of all the shirts that I picked up anyways. So, and $40 is pretty, you know, decent profit already. And, but anyways, I countered, and I was like, I'll do 150 for both. And he said, all right. So I gave him a $25 break on the Molly Hatchet shirt. He got it for $50, and I sold 2 shirts for 100. Just saying that is crazy. I sold 2 shirts for $150. That at the most cost me, like I said, I might have spent 6 or 7 a piece. I can't really remember what I paid exactly. We'll say 5. So I spent $10 on 2 vintage band tour shirts, and I sold them for $150, which is just super awesome. I was super happy with that. So, you know, I'm always looking for vintage band tour shirts. So, and then I had this sweatshirt that is Kansas City Chiefs, and it's a little rough too. You can see there's a little bit of like paint on the sleeve. I couldn't get it off no matter what I tried, so I assume that's what it was. Didn't have a tag, so I had to put the measurements in the listing. Didn't really know what to list it as, but I could tell it was vintage, so I put $25 on it, free shipping, and it sold overnight as well, so I was very happy with that. Then we had 4 random Game Boy Advance games, nothing too crazy or exciting. $6.99 plus shipping, so, you know, like I said, nothing too exciting. I probably got those in a huge lot and picked out the good stuff. This was a retail arbitrage. I got it on a clearance rack for, I want to say, probably $10. And I sold it for $37.99 free ship. I think it was like $7 or $8 to ship it. So decent amount of profit there. Happy to see it gone. We got a University of Michigan cap here, and it's kind of like got a suede cap to bill to it. In decent shape. It's a little dirty and everything, but I put it up for $20, and it's sold. I absolutely love selling hats, man. These things are cheap to buy. They're at almost every sale you pull up to. If you know which ones to pull out, which ones to look for, you know, you can get anywhere from 10, 15, 20 bucks all the way up to 100 or, you know, a couple hundred for certain hats. And they're small. They're easy to store. They're easy to ship. I love picking up hats. Here's Johnny. We got a DVD box set, 12 disc collection, brand new, sealed in the package. Don't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't much, maybe $5, I think. And sold her for $30 and free shipping, but it is media mail, so it only cost a few dollars to ship it out, even though it was pretty heavy. Now this one is the sale of the week. So interesting story here. First of all, Pulp Fiction is one of my favorite films. You know, Tarantino, I mean, come on, it's Pulp Fiction, right? When I saw this hanging on a rack at a yard sale that I pulled up to, I was immediately like, what, embroidered Pulp Fiction shirt? Like, what is the story with this? Like, I look at the tag doesn't say, you know, like official Pulp Fiction or anything, doesn't necessarily look modern, looks kind of vintage, but it's in really good shape. So I'm like, I don't really know what's going on here. And I asked the lady, yeah, she had $2 on it, or $1. I think I got it for $1. And so I pick it up, and I was like, what's the story with this? Like, how did you know, I was almost like, did you make this? And come to find out, there was a video rental store in my town called Scotton's Video, and it closed down before I even got to high school, probably. It closed down a long time ago, but that was the video store that I remember growing up. I don't know if it was, I'm pretty sure we had a Blockbuster at the same time, or maybe Blockbuster came later, but I remember vividly going to this video store with my mom because she would work during the day when I was home for the summer, and she would just let me rent, like, I would just go in there and rent like 20 sci-fi VHS and come home, and that's what I would do for the week, is I would just watch sci-fi movies while my mom was at work. And so I frequented this video store a lot, and she happened to be the old owner. So she was the owner, her and her husband, and they got this whenever Pulp Fiction came out as like a promotional thing. And yeah, so I was like, okay, you know, as soon as I found out she was the old owner of the video store, I was like, okay, it's legit, you know, because that makes sense as to where this came from now. And I got to looking, and every once in a while, like a shirt would pop up that was embroidered like this. And, you know, sometimes people didn't know what they had and they would sell for $25. And then I saw a couple that were high, like in the hundreds. And so I didn't really know what to go for on this, because there wasn't really too much to go from, you know, to even look at. I listed it at $299.99. I was expecting this to be listed for a long time, you know, months, if not years, and eventually have to have some people message me and message them back and work out a price in the middle or something. Much to my surprise, I listed this yesterday or the day before. It sold last night. So, you know, that's the kind of time where you're like, damn, did I underprice it? But regardless, I'm happy. I spent $1 on this sweater, and it sold for $299.99. I got to wake up to this morning, and that's always a good time. And these were the two things that sold overnight. So we have $299.99 and $24.99 or $249.99. So $550 in sales while I was sleeping. You know, that's always a really good feeling to wake up to. So again, this came from the GameStop manager. Her yard sales are always full of a whole bunch of GameStop merchandise that I assume she either gets for free or cheap somewhere or another. She had 4 of these sitting on her table, and I looked them up real quick, and there was crazy comps all the way from like $100 to like $400. And I was like, you know, it's really weird, whatever, but they're all sealed. I was like, what do you want for them? And much to my surprise, she said $5 a piece. So I got 4 of these for $20, $5 a piece. And I don't know why it says 3 available, 3 sold, because I've only had 4 available and sold 1 now. Somebody must have bought one and then canceled. I can't remember, because sometimes that'll show up in the sold. But anyways, I've actually sold 1, and I actually have 3 more left. But yeah, I spent $20 for the 4 of them, and you know, I've made my money back plus quite a bit of profit on all 4 of them. So once the other 3 sell, you know, I'll make damn near $1,000 profit off of that purchase. So very, very happy with that. You know, between this, I tweeted it out and put it on my Instagram this morning. Between this and this, I was invested $6 US, and I got back 550 out of them. You know, obviously that's before fees and shipping and all that stuff, but still a really, really awesome couple of sales to wake up to. So anyways, guys, that's what sold on eBay last week. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please show the video some love, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.